Taurus, how you doing? Hope you're alright. Gonna pull you some cards. Let's go to this deck. Radiant Wise Spirit. I'm gonna have a quick look at your past energies, current energies, and where those energies might be taking you. Bearing in mind everyone has free will, you and other people. This is not about making hard and fast predictions. It's just looking at where the flow of energy seems to be going. It can allow you to make changes, it can allow you to make decisions, you know, based on where you see the current energies going. It's moldable, basically. It's a general reading. I'm not pulling on any particular area of life or any particular topic. What comes through in the energies is what comes through. To a certain extent, it is for you to take the energies I speak of and apply them to your life in a way that makes sense for you. Sometimes particular themes do come through, and I will say that when that happens, but you know, even then, just apply it to what situation makes sense for you. It's collective energy I'm pulling on. Collective Taurus energy. It really is a trip. King of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. That's you. It does mean not every single thing I say will necessarily resonate. It really is a case of listening to your own intuition, being in touch with yourself, and when I say what I say about the energies, just being mindful of your own response, reaction within yourself to that, because that tells you a lot, okay? And sort of allows your own exploration of the concepts, ideas, energies that I'm talking about. All right, should we get you some cards? So I'm going to pull 9 cards ish with this deck, and we'll get a general overview, and then I will go back in with some other decks to get more clarity, more depth. Try and ask some useful questions for you depending on what comes up. All right, okay, past energy for Taurus, please. Past energy for Taurus. Queen of Wands. Whew. Passion. Anything else for Taurus for the past, please? Oh gosh, very fast moving energy in the past there. I don't know if it's moving quickly toward. I'm going to say it's moving quickly towards something with the Queen of Wands there, likely, but we'll see when we get underneath it. Yeah, it feels like rushing into something actually here. Whether that was a good idea or not, I don't know. It is what it is. It was what it was. More past energy for Taurus, please. All right. Oh, 5 of a... Right, okay, 5 of Swords. Okay. May not have been the best idea to rush into this. I suspect you may be having regrets about rushing into something here. You may be recognising within yourself that the speed at which you've embraced something here actually potentially is self-sabotaging. Sorry, my cat's making a noise. Something's making a noise. Certainly doubts are creeping in regarding whether or not it was right to have rushed into whatever you've rushed into here. Maybe when we clarify, we might get some more details on quite what it is you've rushed into. Of course, it's likely quite different for all of you, but it's like you just decided you wanted something, and you, very tunnel vision, ran towards it. No plan B, and no consideration of other options. No consideration perhaps of the consequences of just kind of going down this road like a bull. You are a Taurus. It's very headstrong, very quick, very passionate. That's what I want. I'm going to get it. Everything else is kind of blinkered out, you know, like you're a horse wearing those blinkers. Maybe that's a specific synchronicity for you. I don't know. Some of you were involved with horses or something. I don't know, but very focused. You know, it's not really for me to judge whether something was good or bad anyway. It's not really what I aim to do, but for some of you, I think there's definitely a sense of doubt creeping in. As I said, I'm not sure if you've decided that this end focus that you're focusing on maybe wasn't actually what you wanted, or if you've just decided that the way you were going about getting it maybe wasn't the best way. Okay, let's look at current energy for Taurus. A reverse Six of Wands. Yeah, you see, this is, to me, that says, oh, I'm not sure I actually did want that after all. Because it's a sense of false victory. So in this energy in the past, it's like, yes, that's what I want. When I get that, I'm going to be successful. This, to me, in your current energy, with it being in reverse, I'll show you it upright, is a Taurus saying to me, I've got it, but it's not really quite what I hoped for. Excuse me. Achoo! Achoo! Oh, excuse me. All right, current energy for Taurus. More on the current energy for Taurus, please. A reverse justice. Something wasn't quite what you hoped for, and something doesn't seem fair. Anything else in Taurus's current energy, please? King of Pentacles. This is, feels like Taurus. It's you. We had it on the bottom of the deck previously. It's kind of like you coming back down to earth. There was so much passionate energy tied up. Passionate, fiery energy tied up in this past here. It was almost a bit otherworldly, I think. In your current energy, I have a sense of Taurus coming crashing back down to earth. Like, oh shit, I didn't really want this. This thing that I've got, it's not quite what I hoped it was. But this is alright. This is... it's got like quite a solid, grounded energy that you're sort of coming back to. It's a bit like you're coming back to yourself. So I almost feel like, as much as the way I describe this situation, it feels like it could have knocked a lot of people for six, I don't think it really has for you. I mean, you are Taurus, you're quite grounded anyway, so this whole fiery, I'm going to get what I want, is almost a bit out of character for you. I feel a sense of compassion towards your own self here. Like, what I didn't know at the time, I just didn't know, and it was perfectly reasonable. I think this dashing forward came with a set of assumptions, and I think you're being quite forgiving of yourself for making those assumptions. Somehow. But now you are being more realistic about things and sort of making decisions based on what's actually in front of you rather than assumptions. Okay, future energy for Taurus, please. That'll do nicely, thank you very much. A Seven of Swords, Taurus. Alright, let me just see what else has come out. A Two of Swords reverse and a Five of Wands. Taurus. I am feeling a sense of you trying to sneak away from this situation, and it feels a bit dishonest, I'll be honest. It feels like it's going to create conflict. I'm going to say unnecessary conflict. It's like you chased after something, you got it, and now you're like, it's not quite what I expected. I'm going to sneak away from this. Taurus. Reverse energies as it applies. It just feels a tad disrespectful to me, I'll be honest, Taurus. So I can only deliver the messages that I'm seeing. I'm seeing conflict in your future and confusion in your future. I don't know. I don't want to be harsh on you, but I don't know, maybe sneaking away somehow feels the safest thing for you to do. Maybe you... there's a sense of being afraid. This situation I've got myself in, if I'm honest with the surrounding people, the surrounding energies, if I'm honest, I'm afraid. I'm afraid of what may happen if I'm honest, so I'm going to sort of sneak away in a way that tries to avoid confrontation. I don't see it working, to be honest. I see the avoidance of confrontation actually creating more confrontation. That's just what I'm seeing. Don't take it if it's not yours. There are situations in life where it genuinely is not safe to be honest and to create confrontation. So if that is your situation, then this is what I mean. You have to listen to your own self. But I feel I am looking at a situation where actually the avoidance of confrontation is going to have a sort of paradoxical effect and create more confrontation. Let's get underneath some of this past energy. So you were moving very passionately, very tunnel vision towards something. I might just clarify this Queen of Wands and this Knight of Swords energy together rather than going under each one. Find out kind of what it was that you were moving so quickly and passionately towards. What was Taurus? Seven of Wands. It didn't pop out, so I'm going to leave it. What was Taurus moving towards? A reverse Knight of Pentacles. Interesting. A reverse King of Pentacles. Okay. So, this is interesting. I feel like, actually, although the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Swords is this real fast energy, before you entered into this fast energy of moving towards what you set your mind and heart on, although I would say mind more than anything, I feel there was making that decision to rush towards that thing was a long time coming, if that makes sense. Yeah. I feel when you... Yeah, it's interesting what we said about the King of Pentacles before, because when I've clarified this, the King of Pentacles has come out in reverse. So it's like normally you're very steady, very grounded. When you entered into this energy of rushing towards something or someone, it's like you kind of turned that stable, reliable energy on its head and just was like, well, fuck it. Fuck it. I don't need to be that bloody stable, reliable, consistent Taurus anymore. I'm bored. I'm bored of being that Taurus. I'm bored of being the one that everybody else turns to. The one who's solid for everyone else. The one who's reliable for everyone else. And it's almost like to get out of that energy, you've moved into quite an extreme contradiction of that energy. Knights are always extreme. But your previous energy also felt extreme, like an extreme grounding. It's like you've gone from an extreme feeling of grounding and almost control to really just letting loose, Taurus. I don't know what this is all about. Anything else, please? The Magician. Wow, yeah. Queen of Wands and the Magician. You really wanted this. You really wanted to make something happen. There's just a sense of taking action, like... But even... There's... I say that, and I stand by it, but... Prior to taking action, there's a certain magnetism about this. Like, you've really pulled in something from the universe, really drawn something in. And it's like because you've been manifesting or drawing something in with a particular vision or goal in mind, I feel like kind of the first thing that has come in that looks like the thing you're manifesting, you rush towards it with this Knight of Swords energy without the normal due diligence of checking it's right for you, if that makes sense. So there's both aspects to it. There is that magnetism and drawing it in, and then once you thought you drew the right thing in, there's this mega action taking towards it without okay, I am going to pull some more cards on clarifying this energy before I move on to the Five of Swords. Anything else? Knight of Wands. Yes, hello. Extreme energy. Extremely fast energy. The Knight of Wands is even faster than the Knight of Swords and is even more passionate than the Queen of Wands. And we already had fast, passionate energy, and now the Knight of Wands has come along to kind of embody both of those energies in the most fucking breathtaking, extreme way, Taurus. What the what? I'm interested to know what it was you were drawing in and then moving so fast towards, and I don't think we've got there yet. I don't know. Was it a job? Was it a relationship? What was it? I'm going to get another card, but these wands are coming through as quite sexual, to be honest. Anything else, please? Anything else, please? Right, that'll do. Oh, I never looked at the bottom of the deck, did I? A Six of Swords and a reverse Death. Oh my god. This has got rebound written all over it. Let me just show you these cards. They both came out in reverse. This whole thing that I've described to me feels like a reaction to dealing with an ending of another situation. What was that situation, please? What was that situation? What was that situation? Two of Pentacles and a Five of Wands. A situation that was full of conflict. Five of Swords in reverse on the bottom of the deck. We've already got that out. So there was some sort of situation that was causing you a lot of conflicts. Conflict between you and another energy, but also kind of an inner indecision, not knowing what to do for a long, long time. You didn't know what to do. And then it's like you snapped and broke away from it. In a way that's not necessarily tied up the loose ends that needs tying up. But you're like, fuck it. I'm not going to tie up those loose ends. I am going to find something new to kind of replace this in a way. You don't want that same energy back. You don't want to be involved in that same energy. That same energy was causing you conflict, but aspects of it you wanted replacing. Which aspects were they then? Which aspects were they? The sexual? What are we talking? Wands or cups or what? Reversed Emperor. Well, that just shows me how stubbornly you were pursuing this goal. How doggedly you were pursuing this goal. I don't know what it is. I don't know if Spirit wants me to know what it is. What was Taurus chasing here? Yes, love. You were chasing love. Love, the excitement of a new connection, the excitement of a new love, the excitement, yeah. For a lot of you, if it's not love, it's certainly novelty, with it being an ace. Very dogged, very focused. And then we see this doubt creeping in. Tell me more about this doubt for Taurus, please. Tell me more about this doubt for Taurus. Reverse Page of Cups. Yeah. the realization that you actually cannot give emotionally to this situation in the way that is expected, is needed. Passion, yes. Yes, the passion's there, the longing's there. Then we've got the Queen of Wands, the Knight of Wands, now the Three of Wands, are all upright. You can give in that. I mean, to say sexually is a little bit lazy, and this may not be that sort of situation for all of you anyway. But that kind of burning passion, that burning desire, that burning enthusiasm towards something new, you can bring that energy to the table. Can you bring an emotional openness to the table? It's not looking like it. It's not looking like it. Your own doubt is getting in the way. Anything else about this doubt? What's at the root of it? A Knight of Cups. A fear of rejection. Maybe preventing you from being emotionally open. Oh my God. All the knights are out. We've got all the knights out. This is like extreme energy in your past, Taurus. And the only one that's in reverse is that energy of consistency and diligence. And I just see a Taurus who is bored of that. And you're swinging right to the other extreme of a more fast energy, a more creative energy, a more sexual energy, a more action-taking energy. And yes, oh gosh, there is some aspect of emotional openness here, but it's so extreme, it's like flash in the pan and unsustainable. The way it's the way it's clarifying a reverse Five of Swords, and the way it's next to a reverse Page of Cups, it's like I was being a bit naive almost about my own ability to be emotionally vulnerable in this situation. And yet the passion remains. And so what's happened in the 3D here regarding the situation, I don't know, but the passion and the longing still burns. I can feel that. But there's a lot of doubt tied up to emotional expression. And that's possibly rooted in a fear of rejection, like I say. Are you wondering if this is the right direction to put your cups, perhaps? I don't know. Let's get under your current line. Tell me more about this Six of Wands in reverse for Taurus, please. A Four of Cups. Yeah. And not able to emotionally invest. Disappointment. We already said it with that Six of Wands reverse. It's not quite what you were hoping for. The Wheel. The Seven of Wands. Moving on from the Six of Wands to the Seven of Wands. So you're becoming defensive now in this current energy. You're becoming defensive with regards to putting your energy towards this situation. Possibly with regards to even putting your wands towards this situation. Definitely there's a defensiveness towards putting your cups towards this situation, which we had already identified, but it's carrying it through into your current energy. And what's coming through to me is, I don't know if this is the right direction for my cups to go. The Wheel. It's almost like you're recognizing that what's tied up with this situation is a very dramatic change. So say that for you this rebound situation does fit. I would feel like this person you've kind of rebounded towards is very much not your usual type, which by the way is not always a bad thing, because if you've had a lot of bad luck in love and you think you have a type and you keep going towards that type, well, maybe it's not so much your type. But anyway, this new person, I mean, it might not be a rebound situation, take it as it resonates, it might not be romantic, but there's a feeling this person's very different to your usual type. The dynamic between you is not what you were used to at all. It's a massive change. It's a massive change from this grounded Taurian energy that you decided you just needed a complete change from. But how it's like, whoa, yeah, I've got a complete change, and it's like, whew, I don't know if this is what I want. In fact, I don't think this is what I want. I don't think I can give my cups to this. In fact, I'm feeling quite defensive and freaked out, because this is so not what I'm used to. There's a certain thrill about it. I'm not going to deny that. With this Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords, Three of Wands, there's a certain thrill, a certain longing tied up to it. This person seems, or thing, or whatever it is, represents huge excitement, something really out of the box for you, but now you're like, whoa, this is too much of a change. This is too far out for me, and it's like you're reining it back in. I don't know if you're reining it back in a way where you can create balance within this new situation, or whether you need to leave this situation behind. Let's get underneath this Justice card and find out. Oh, an extra one. A Ten of Pentacles, a Nine of Pentacles, a Reversed World, an Ace of Wands. You're so driven by passion and excitement, there's a massive reluctance to end this situation. I think what you're trying to do at the moment is negotiate a balance within this situation, because it's a very exciting, a very flash in the pan energy, but you're trying to build longevity into this situation. You're like, okay, this is far out, this is exciting, this is not what I'm used to, but there's something I like about it. How can I work with it? How can I work with this new energy to build some sort of longevity within it? That longevity being represented by the Ten of Pentacles, which came out. But there's also some fight within this energy to maintain your own sense of self. That's the card Upright, which is about your own sense of self, I'm feeling here. But it's come out in reverse. So I feel like you might feel a little bit lost in this energy. And borderline freaked out by it, but not to the extent that you want to bring it to an end. Not currently. You want to find ways to work with it because you're so passionate. It's just that creative, possibly sexual energy is just such a draw to you. You're like, okay, well, how can I balance with this energy? How can I make this work? Well, I don't know. Maybe you can, Taurus, with this King of Pentacles upright. That would be a good energy to bring to the table. Let's see more about how you can bring balance to this situation via... It's a sort of grounding energy, which part of your desire to move towards this situation was because you were bored of being a fucking reliable, grounded Taurus. I feel like you might be sort of maybe about my age. I'm 40. And it's almost like you just wanted to enter into this more like early 20s energy. I don't know, with all these nights. But now you're like, right, well, okay, this isn't sustainable. You know, I'm 50. I can't keep behaving like a 20-year-old. How do I bring some maturity and balance and stability and steadiness into this situation? Yeah, how interesting. Okay. Ooh. Oh, Taurus. I think you can bring some balance into this situation, though. I tell you, the King and Queen of Pentacles make a good couple. I don't always love it when, say, the King and Queen of Swords come out. And certainly the King and Queen of Wands have their issues. But this is solid. You know, this is nice, actually. Because it has the feel to me of something that started off very passionate, very magnetic, sort of an instant connectivity, and stuff like that can fizzle out. But this feels... it does feel like it has the potential. I don't know. Mind you, we saw you sneaking away down here, didn't we? So I don't know what the hell's going on. This could be their energy. They could want to sneak away. Fuck, I don't know. Oh, I'm seeing a desire on your end. I think it's on your end. Reverse energies as applies to actually bring some groundedness to the situation. I don't know. It feels... I don't know how doable it feels, but I think because you're so focused on it, it's coming through as feeling doable. I mean, look. I mean, that is just such... That's a solid couple. I mean, I don't know if it doesn't have to be a romantic situation. It could be... Feels like you've run away and joined the circus. And you're like, whoa, this circus shit's crazy, but I can bring some stability to this crazy new life. Do you see what I mean? It doesn't have to be a romantic situation. Okay, anything else about this King of Pentacles, please, for Taurus? Ooh, that reverse Two of Swords has come up again, but you're confused. You're in two minds. And you're worried that, like, bringing... Yeah, it's a bit of a playoff. If I bring this level of stability to the situation, is it gonna become... I want to say become stale. This is a bit of a stalemate energy. It's like... Will it prevent growth, almost? I don't know. I don't know. Tell me more about why this Two of Swords is here, please. A reverse Strength. You don't think... You're not sure if you've got it in you to balance this situation correctly, I think. I'm missing something. I feel like I'm missing something. You could be dealing with a Leo. You could be dealing with a Libra. You could be dealing with an Aries. In this current energy, I'm not seeing you wanting the situation to end. You're confused. You're confused how to bring a grounding to this situation because it's something new to you. It's something you've not done before. You've not experienced this type of connection before. You've not experienced this wild side of your nature before where you are like so driven by passion. I don't think. It does feel like it's freaked you out a bit. The idea of balancing it out sort of causes you confusion. Yeah, you don't quite know how to tame it. It's like you almost feel like you need to tame this passionate one's energy. And you don't quite know how. We could ask how. Because that would be like getting this strength energy which came out in reverse upright. It's the idea of taming this passionate sexual possibly energy for some of you. How do you tame it and balance it? Do you have any advice for Leo on getting this strength card upright, please? Oh, it's the Knight of Wands again. It came out in reverse. I feel like you're being asked to embrace the upright energy of this card, which is interesting when we're asking about kind of taming this wild energy, because this is wild. This is fucking wild. It's something about connecting with your own... See, I always think of marching to the beat of your own drum when I see this card, and I think you're sort of really being asked, well, how does my drum beat? What is the rhythm? What is my own personal rhythm? What rhythm do I feel comfortable with within this situation? Because it's almost like the excitement and passion of this situation is kind of too fast of a rhythm for you. and then it leads to a kind of scattering of energy. And taming the Wand's energy within this situation, I think it's about slowing things down to a rhythm that is personally acceptable to you. It's about you finding that knowledge of what your own rhythm is, metaphorically speaking. How fast are you willing to beat that drum? I do realise I'm sounding faintly sexual at the moment, but whatever. You know, what are your own personal boundaries around how fast this can go? Once you get to grips with that, you can draw your line in the sand and discover whether a compromise can be made with this other energy, which, to be honest, I'm not seeing much of this other energy. It all feels like you, which is, that's where I prefer to have my focus in my readings anyway, and I particularly love digging around in other people's energies. Yeah. But there's something about the situation that's not quite what you expected, or almost not quite what you wanted, because we were seeing that with the Four of Cups. And I think this difficulty with emotional investment that we spoke about, a lot of it's because of your earthy practical nature, which is your focus. But I think because things are going so fast in a way that you're not used to with your sort of solid earthy pentacle energies, I think that's what's making it hard for you to emotionally invest. So it's like, what speed, but you love the excitement at the same time. It's crazy. Yeah, so it's about finding the speed, the right speed to move this forward, whereby you can invest those cups, I think, because there's I do sense desire to invest those cups, because I can see that you want to work towards a Ten of Pentacles, you know, a kind of building something solid out of this situation. And I think you know that you need to put the cups into the situation in order to create that. But at the moment you don't feel comfortable doing so. The vulnerability, the openness, it's not coming. It's just not coming. And it's like you need to tame the Wand's energy in order to be able to express that emotional vulnerability, is the way I'm seeing it. And taming it is all about pacing. And yeah, I'm going to leave it there for that current line. Let's look at your future energy then. This Seven of Swords. There's a lot of conflict in your future energy. I think it's related to the speed. And I think the speed of things, the rapid sort of, I want to say growth, the rapid building of excitement, building of energy, it's almost making you want to sneak away. In the future it is. I don't know what's something happened in between this current and I think something might have, I'm going to pull a bridge. I'm just going to pull a bridging card, because I feel like something's happened between here and here for you to, because in this current energy it's like, no, I don't want to end this. I want to find my own sense of myself within this, you know, in order to possibly create longevity. But now you're like, oh shit, I'm gonna, and this isn't even a fast energy. It's not even a Knight of Swords sneaking away. We'll pull the Knight of Swords now and I'll get confused. It's not even a Knight of Swords sneaking away. It's not actually more of a considered sneaking away. You know, it's not a rash. This doesn't feel rash. So I'm confused, and I'm going to pull a bridging energy if something might happen. The reverse High Priestess. Oh, a tower. Oh, something. Yes, I was right. Something happened. Something happened. There's some sort of event in between this current energy and this future energy. Christ on a bike. it's like I don't know how this manifests itself in the 3D, but it's like the energies build and build and build and build and build till there's some sort of blow up. I mean, it feels kind of orgasmic. I have to say it. I have to say it. The Tower is like the most orgasmic card in the deck. You know, I'm just using that word to try and get across to you the way the energy's building up. It's not necessarily sexual or literal. It's the only way I can get this energy through to you. It just builds and builds and builds and builds and builds. I suppose it's a bit like a cork popping off. Like when you shake a champagne bottle and then the cork, it's like that. I don't know what it is, but oh my God, you're so driven towards it. You and the other energies are both driven towards it. But do you know what? It's almost like deep down your instinct, your intuition, it almost knows you shouldn't be doing this. I mean, look, if I had to give an example of how this pans out physically in the 3D, one way I would explain this energy, when it won't explain it for all of you, is that you're kind of married, something like that, or in a serious committed relationship, but you have really passionate feelings towards someone else, and then eventually you act on those passions with this Tower, even though it's against your better judgment, even though you deep down know the consequences of it are kind of going to feel awful. Gosh, I always get, well, recently with you, Taurus, I have been getting readings that don't necessarily produce a full coherent story, because, you know, on one aspect, but you, the viewers, seem to make sense of them, so that's always good. But because on one sense, I suppose it does make sense, actually, because in one sense you're trying to bring a 10 of Pentacles to this passionate energy that I've identified as being explainable by some sort of illicit affair. And then on the other hand, it's like, well, deep down I know I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm going to do it, like act on it physically, sexually. I don't know. Right, let's look under this 7 of Swords. I've got to get moving because my battery's on low. 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords. This sneaking away energy. 4 of Swords. A desire to just be with your own private thoughts. It's like it's all gotten too much. And it's like, I just need some space and time to be on my own. And therefore, I'm going to sneak away. The Empress. Do take precautions if this is a sexual situation and you don't want to get pregnant. Do take precautions, please, because the Empress has shown up, and we can see what's going on with that Empress there. Aside from that, the Empress speaks of kind of nurturance of the self, I'm going to say here, with it coming out next to the 4 of Swords. And a reverse Queen of Pentacles. Now that is interesting, because the Queen of Pentacles came out upright here. It's like you sort of identify that you're not quite looking after yourself within this situation. And the only way you can look after yourself within this situation is to take a step back from it. It may be that you wish to take a step back from it so that you can remain grounded, so that you can pursue this 10 of Pentacles. I don't know, but what I don't like, or what I am identifying as something that could potentially cause problems for you, Taurus, is the fact that instead of being upfront about the fact that you need some space, I see you kind of slyly stepping away from the situation without any communication, without saying, look, I'm confused, I'm overwhelmed. I need some time out from this. I need some space from this. You're not communicating that. It's like you're just doing it. And that can cause problems. That can cause two energies to butt up against one another in a way that is not helpful or good. Let's see. Let's see anything else about this. Oops. Got a Knight of Cups and a Five of Wands. It's the third time I've seen the Five of Wands. It didn't fall, so I won't take it, but it's of interest. Knight of Cups, emotional vulnerability. It takes emotional vulnerability to say, look, I'm overwhelmed. I need to step away from this situation, rather than just stepping away from the situation without communication, you see. Tell me more about this Two of Wands for Taurus on the future line, please. A Three of Cups, it's that emotional vulnerability again. I feel like in your future there's a potential for you and this other energy, whatever on earth is going on, to kind of butt up against one another. And I think what Spirit's trying to say is, if you want to avoid that, you have to be emotionally open. You have to kind of put your heart on your sleeve. And maintain a sense of curiosity towards the other energies involved in this situation, whatever it is, towards yourself as well. See, I see there's a bit of a loss of curiosity here. And I think when we lose curiosity, we can enter into an energy of judgment, which I don't think always serves us well, and I don't think it serves this situation well. So that's just something for you to think about. Anything else about this Two of Swords energy for Taurus, please? A Hierophant, that's you. The Five of Wands has come out again. So that's, you know, the fourth or fifth time. Yes, there's a lot of potential for conflict here. And I'm not saying avoid it, actually. I think you need to dive into the heart of it. That's what's coming through. I think the best way to deal with this conflict is to dive into the heart of it. That requires emotional vulnerability and curiosity. So that's what you're being pointed towards. And a willingness to learn. A willingness to learn from whatever is right at the root of that conflict. But sneaking away is not going to achieve that. So, yeah. Let's get underneath this Five of Wands for you. Five of... Woo! Oh, an Ace of Swords. A Knight of Pentacles. See, that's come out upright again. I think to a certain extent, this energy that you were shunning at the beginning of your reading, this reverse Knight of Pentacles, this reverse King of Pentacles, this I've been boring for so long, I've been steady, reliable for so long, you are asked to sort of return that energy to the situation, bring that energy back into the situation in a kind of way that balances with this sort of newfound passion that you've discovered. Whatever on earth that pertains to, I don't know. Different for all of you. I feel there's some truth about this situation that you're not aware of. With the Ace of Swords has come out reversed. The Two of Swords has come out reversed twice. See, this Five of Wands can be quite surface level conflict to the extent it almost feels petty, but then underneath it, something underneath it, and discovering what's underneath it, discovering what's at the root of it. There's a truth there to be discovered. I feel like you're being advised to embrace this energy, to get underneath it, to get to the root of the conflict. It's a very calm energy, a very patient energy, which is sort of in contrast to some of the other energies that are flowing throughout this reading. You know, the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Swords, that fast, intense, passionate. Not that the Knight of Pentacles can't be very focused and tunnel visioned. He just goes very slowly and calmly. yeah, and it's almost like you think there's either or. Well, I'm either the Knight of Pentacles or I'm the Knight of Wands, say, even though we've got all the knights out. Yeah. So I feel like we've got a bit of a balancing act between that, but then also we've got a bit of a balancing act between kind of knight energy and king energy, a sort of early 20s energy. I don't know how else to explain it. Like moving out of adolescence into young adulthood energy versus a sort of more mature energy. Like it doesn't actually matter what your actual age is, but those two concepts, those two feelings that those energies are, those two feelings that those energies produce, this, you know, it's okay to embrace those different energies at different times, but it's, and that goes for both examples I've just given, but it's a case of finding a balance between those energies. Like in your head it feels like it's black and white, either or. Sometimes when we get the High Priestess in reverse it can pertain to black and white thinking, but I feel like Spirit's saying like you can sort of feel this excitement and this desire, but kind of temper it with a steady, calm energy, especially in the face of conflict. You see, we've got, I don't know how many times we've had the Five of Wands out 3 times, and it's shown its face kind of 4 times. Five of Wands, that passionate energy we spoke about up here, that's when when that passionate energy sort of goes a bit awry. It's a more negative expression of that energy. It's conflict. But I believe there's something to be discovered within this conflict, and that's where you're being asked to look instead of sneaking away from it, especially sneaking away from it without communication. Really examine it in a way that embraces a sort of different energy than this Wands energy, in a way that embraces this more grounded, calm, practical energy that you're probably quite familiar with as a Taurus. Yeah. Anything else about this Five of Wands, please? If Temperance could just come out now, please, to sum up the reading, I'd be happy with that, because that's what this whole thing feels like, you know? Anything else about this Five of Wands, please? Anything else about this Five of Wands? Thank you. The Seven of Wands. We have had that out before over here. Yeah. Yeah. So it's standing up for yourself within this conflict. But how do you stand up for yourself, Taurus, when you don't know what drum rhythm you personally are happy with? I don't think you do. I don't think you know what speed, what rhythm. I don't think you know what drum beat you are comfortable with, right? So sure, the Spirit's like, yeah, march to the beat of your own drum, Taurus, and, you know, tell people what drum beat you would like to march to, so that compromise can be reached. But this is you discovering what drum beat you are comfortable with, and then you can take that into the heart of this conflict and you can hash it out properly and see if there's anything there for you to work with. See if your drum beats are compatible with this other energy. If you don't do that, you'll never know. You could choose to sneak away from it, but whatever situation I'm looking at here, I feel the message is if you sneak away from it, you will forever be wondering, to a sword style, confusion style, what if our drum beats, what if we could, you know, reach a mutually acceptable drum beat? I'm just going to run with this analogy forever. Yeah, sorry. Tower again on the bottom. Explosive, passionate energy that you then decide to sneak away from. I think it would, to me, this situation, obviously don't take it if it's not yours. If some sort of, you know, conflict resolution truly isn't safe for you, then this isn't your reading. But this is a situation where I feel like it would be a great shame if you just snuck away from this situation, because I think there's a lot for you to learn with the Hierophant. I think there's a lot for you to discover about yourself, about the other energies involved or the other energy involved, and about the dynamic between you. And, you know, there's the possibility that you could reach a compromise here that truly does work towards that Ten of Pentacles you seem to desire. So why not try and have that discussion? I don't know. That's just the way it's coming through. All of this is about questions that are for you to answer. This look at the energies is all about helping you ask the right questions, answer those questions appropriately. It's not about me dictating what you should do, all right? This is just ideas and concepts. Hopefully gives you a new way of looking things, hopefully might help you discover some things about yourself, discover some things about the other energies involved, discover some things about the dynamic that maybe you'd not thought about before, and hopefully just help you feel heard in the world, really. So I'm going to leave it there, Taurus. I hope it made sense to you, my loves. It's been an interesting reading for sure. Do let me know in the comments how it resonated. I'm very intrigued. I mean, obviously, that's only if it's safe to do so. For those of you that seem to be possibly involved in an affair, I can see why you might not want to comment publicly. Hey, but, you know, I have to use examples to explain the energy, and obviously that's not going to be the correct example for all of you, but that certainly would fit. All right, Taurus. I'll see you in realistically probably 2 and a bit weeks for another reading, because I just can't do a reading every day at the moment. I just don't seem to have capacity, so that's that. Before your next sort of lengthy reading, there'll probably be an all signs reading. There'll be about 5 to 10 minutes, so look out for that if you're interested. If you haven't subscribed already, you like the way I read, please do subscribe. Like the reading too, because it just helps it get out in front of more viewers, and if you got something out of it, other people might get something out of it. And yeah, I'll catch you later. All right, Taurus, bye.